Hey, how you guys doing today? It's Kevin Lumpkin here again. Today we're going to just cover a couple things differently today. We're going to talk about habits. Again, yesterday we discussed enthusiasm, effort. Yesterday we talked about changing your thinking. So today we're going to just try to go into just a little bit about how you just change your thinking. One thing I want you to do is I want you to say to yourself, I will form good daily habits and follow these good daily habits every day. There's just one way to change your thinking. It's just one way to get about changing your thought process. You just set your goals every single day. You're going to get you a journal, you're going to get you a planner, and you're going to write 8 to 10 things down in that planner that you want to accomplish every day. And you're going to specifically attempt to accomplish it, whether that's things in your personal life, whether that's things in your career, work life, whether that's something that you're not doing that you know you want to start doing, just put it on the list. We're going to cover the one reason why people in business fail. So they don't grow the way they want to. Unless we can get into that right now. What is the most important thing to do in order to purchase a good business? You want to go into business for yourself. Let's say that's your goal now. You're writing down your list, coming up with your daily habit, because again, we talked about yesterday that you're stuck in that rut. You might not be having the career you want. You want to start your own business. You have ideas in your brain that you want to innovate and you want to put down on paper. The number one thing that you don't have is knowledge. That's what holds you from going from A to B. Knowledge. That's what stops you. You say, I have an idea, I have a plan, I want to accomplish this plan, and then you tell yourself, but I don't know how. It's just lack of knowledge. Knowledge can be obtained. It's just those daily habits. It's just changing your mindset to say, what I don't know, I'm going to find out. It's interesting. That commandment number 5 in any business you want to buy business is do what you do best and you'll manage the rest. If I own a car dealership, I'm about to start a car dealership, and I got a partner, and I'm a really good salesperson. I really know how to sell cars. And my partner is really good at managing money and finances. And maybe the other partner is really good at growing businesses. The partner that's good at growing the business needs to be growing the business. The partner that's good at doing the finances need to be doing the finances. And you're good at selling. You need to be selling. You do what you do best and manage out the rest. Commandment number 5. If you're not good in finances, if you're not good at finances, learn it. But that should not be the main focus on your day-to-day operations. The only reason why you should buy a business is because you're excited and optimistic about the benefits it will deliver and the lifestyle change it will bring. Building something, contributing to some growth of others. That's why you build a business. Not only do you want to help your family, you want to contribute to your employees. You want to contribute to the world. You want to give back. That's why you build a business. Improving your financial situation. Again, it's a commandment. Don't fall in love with the product. Fall in love with the profit potential. Knowledge should be your key motivating factor. You have to get knowledgeable in what you want to do in order to accomplish it and achieve it and be successful at it. You have to be enthusiastic. Again, we talked about this. Be enthusiastic about it. Put the effort forward. Change your thinking. And if you do those 3, enthusiasm, trickle down to effort, change your thinking, get knowledge about it, you will become successful at it. with just those 4 hours. Just start with those 4 things in anything you do. Let's look at that. You say, today I want to go buy a new car. Your enthusiasm about you're about to get a new car. You're happy you're about to get a new car. That effort now, that enthusiasm you have is now going into that, is turning into effort to get the new car. Now you really want it. You're going to do what you're going to do. You're going to go online and you're going to check out the new car. You're going to do all this research on the new car. You're getting knowledge about that. You're changing your thinking. You knew nothing about that car before. You wanted it. You just, hey, I just wanted a car. I liked it. You saw it and you liked it. You had a visual. You fell in love visually with it, but you knew nothing about it. You went and then changed your thought process. I check. Hey, you may have went on there and checked the car and saw all bad reviews, and you was like, oh no, I don't want that car. There you go. Good daily habits are a foundation of success. Good daily habits are a foundation of success. Successful people differ from unsuccessful people in their daily habits. You have somebody who's successful, somebody who's unsuccessful. Did the person who's successful have more opportunity than the other person? Maybe. But it all came down to daily habits. Maybe the successful person is doing something different than the unsuccessful person is doing. Successful people have many good and few bad daily habits. Unsuccessful people have many bad and few good daily habits. Most successful people are not even aware that they possess such habits. This is why defining success has always been difficult. No person will ever be successful until they can identify their strengths and their weaknesses. Again, we talk about commandment number 5 again. Do what you do best, manage the rest. If you don't know what you're weak in, and you're trying to do every part about the business, or if you're trying to control every part about your life, and you think you're strong in this area and you're not weak in this area, then you're fooling yourself. That means you haven't changed your thought process. You haven't changed your thinking yet. And we've already talked about it in yesterday's video. Without changing your thinking, how can you be successful in anything you want to do? We already know there's 2 different types of people, the successful person and unsuccessful person. The successful person has changed their thought process. The successful person knows what they're good at and knows what they're not good at. And what they're good at, they do it every single day. And what they're not good at, they work on and then they manage it out to somebody else. The most successful people in this world who are bad at things don't do those things that they're bad at. They understand that they're bad at them already. And they get knowledge to get good at them, but they don't focus on what they're bad at. They focus on their strengths. You creeping through my video, boo?
No.
You can walk through the video, babe. You don't gotta crawl.
Do you know where my scissors are?
You can use these scissors right here.
I can cut my hair with this, but I'm gonna try. Send it over to my video. I hope you're pausing, huh?
No, I'm not pausing it, boo.
Oh, wow.
So, self-assessment requires brutal honesty. Self-assessment, remember we talked about it 2 videos ago. Looking in the mirror, person in the mirror. You have to look at yourself and judge yourself to change yourself. You have to do that. You have to have self-reflection in order to accomplish what it is you want to accomplish. You got goals you want to get to. To get to those goals, first you got to understand what those goals are. How can you go from A to Z? You can say, today I'm in college. 5 years from now, I want to be the owner of a multi-million-dollar business. How are you going to go from college multi-millionaire dollar bills. Do you have the plan in place to get there? Do you have the people in place to help you get there? Do you have the strategy in place? But number one thing is, are you in place to get there? Are you ready to get there? We talked about you can win $1 million, you can become a millionaire by playing the lottery. Again, it goes back to thought process and thinking. Would your thought process line up with all of a sudden going from A to Z? The most successful people in this world have went from A, B, C, D, back to B again because they failed at D, then they had to go to C, D, then they failed again and went back to A again. Your failures dictate your success. But when you fail, you don't stay where you failed at, even if you went back. So if you failed at D and you went back to A, you then don't stop at A and say, I'm not going back to D again because you failed. You didn't turn around and you try to go back to D a different direction, different way.
I don't know.
If you go A, B, C, D, you fail, you go back to A. A, B, C, D, you fail, you go back to A. A, B, C, D, well, we know what you want to come next. You might get it that time. But if you don't go back to it over and over and over again, you will never get back to it. That's 100% guaranteed. You can fail 19 times and be successful the 20th times. That makes you a winner. You can lose something 19 times, but if you win on the 20th, you're a winner. If you quit on 19, you never became a winner. That means you're just a quitter. Attempt the impossible in order to prove your worth. And attempt the impossible in order to improve your work. The impossible. People tell you things are impossible all the time. We all hear it. We all understand it. People say it all the time to you. Oh, you can't do that. That's impossible. Somebody probably told Michael Jordan, no, with your dreams, it's impossible. Nobody's ever done it before. It's impossible. Do you believe that? When you sitting at home and you thinking about your dreams, do you believe that they're impossible? If you were born in the 80s, this form of communication that I'm having to you right now would be seeming impossible. Uploading a video on something called YouTube, that would seem impossible. 2016 is not so impossible. I have a computer here. It's right here, big screen computer. And I'm talking to you on a computer, and I have a computer here. And I got multiple cell phones here. And everything is doing something different. 15 years ago, 16 years ago, probably 20 years ago, that was impossible. Somebody said that was impossible. Self-assessment requires brutal honesty. Brutal honesty. But how does one define a given strength or weakness? This is not an easy task, as it is often too nebulous a request. We get in our own way. Our egos interfere, and we are left with the uncertainty about the accuracy of our own analysis. It is much easier for a third party to assess us than for us to assess ourselves. That's key. We are allow somebody else to tell us what we can and can't do, or we allow other people to tell you what you can and can't accomplish, and you know you can accomplish it. You know it already. But when you analyze yourself, when you look at yourself in the mirror and you write down your own faults, you be like, maybe they're not real. This is not what everybody else is saying about me. Doesn't matter. The goal is to get from A to Z. The goal is not to be judged by everybody in the world and for them to tell you what you can accomplish. If it takes you 10 years to get to Z, it took you 10 years. If it takes you 20 years, it took you 20 years. If it takes you 30, who cares? The point is that you attempted the impossible and that you achieve it. There is no time frame on success. There are time frame on goals. You set goals You want to reach those goals in a certain time frame. But success, there's no time frame. Is one thing that we know 100% true. You were born and you're going to die. That's the only 100% thing you know. So between the two, between point A, birth, and point B or Z, death, is two things that you need to know. One, you can achieve anything you want to, and two, you will achieve everything you want to. You have until the day that you are taken off this earth to be successful. That's the time frame you have. So if there's somebody right now, 60, 70 years old, saying, I want to go out and I want to do something different in my life, guess what? You're not dead. You can do it. Period. It's never too late. It's never too late for anybody. The world might look down and maybe be like, oh, nah, you too old to do that. Oh, you too young to do this. Oh, you don't understand this. You a baby. You can't do this. You can't accomplish this. Because the world has a rigid view of everything. When I was growing up, the rigid view in the world is that you go to college, you get out of college, you get a job, you stay at the job for 30, 40 years, you get a retirement plan, and you live off the retirement plan. Well, how many people followed that small, rigid view and today are looking at it and saying, now I'm in a rut. I'm somewhere that I followed somebody else's rigid view of success. I followed the leader. And the leader took me where they wanted to go, not where I wanted to go. A simple and foolproof approach to assessing ourselves is to look at our daily patterns of living, our daily habits. By recognizing our daily habits, we gain insight into our individual strengths and weaknesses. Understanding that our own bad daily habits are preventing us from becoming successful represents the first and most significant step on the path towards financial success. Understanding that we are in our own way. Nobody else. Nobody is stopping your success more than you. Not your mother, not your father, not your girlfriend, not your wife, not your kids, not your boss. You. The number one person standing in your way is you. Again, we talked before. You say, man, I'm not making enough money. Go get more money. I want a better job. Go get a better job. I don't know how. Goes back to knowledge. Find out how. Find out what you need to do in order to get paid more money and then go and do it. That's what you need to do. Attempt the impossible. And if it don't happen the first time, go fucking do it again. And if it don't happen again, try it again. And try it again. And try it again. And over and over and over and over until God calls you home. Because you owe it to yourself to be successful. You owe it to yourself to find out the success you want to accomplish in this world. You owe it to yourself. I told you yesterday, if you were born on this earth, if you were here, you could be somebody great. You can achieve what you choose to achieve when you want to do it. You got to just put the foot forward to do that. You have to choose to do that. On a piece of paper, form 2 columns. List bad daily habits under column 1. Invert each one of your bad daily habits and list their opposites under column 2, which we'll refer to as your new good daily habits. Just try it. It doesn't hurt. It's not going to hurt. Just try it. Take a lot of notes. That's all. reading and talking to you guys. Maybe it's time to attempt the impossible. At very least, you are likely to get further than you've ever gone before. Write about your thoughts or merits of insanity or attempting the impossible. Attempt the impossible. You want to start a new business. You're telling yourself, I don't have enough money. Knowledge is more important than capital when looking to buy a good business at a great price. I don't have any prior experience. It's things we tell ourselves. Well, I can't do that. I don't know what I'm doing. I ain't never ran a business before. How I'm gonna do that? If you worked before, you got business experience. If you work for somebody else, you've created business. Your career has trained you to run a business, if you didn't know that. The key, of course, is to buy something that's right for you. That's the key. Before I end, I'm going to run down all the 10 commandments. You're thinking about starting a new venture, starting a new job, starting something new. You're looking to go, look, I'm going to put it in 3 categories, maybe more. Category number 1, you're looking to start a new career. Category number 2, you want to start a new business. Category number 3, you want to buy a business. Here's 10 things that I want you to consider when doing those 3 things. Number 1, pay for the past, consider the present, but buy it for the future. Pay for the past. What has it done in the past? The business. You can only buy a business based on the numbers. If the numbers don't make sense, you're not buying it, period. Consider the present, buy it for the future. Number 2, buy a good business and make it great. If you're looking to purchase a business, you're looking to go into a business, what you need to do is you need to buy a good one to make it great, not a crappy one. I'll give you an example of this. I'm kind of upset, honestly. I'm a Cavs fan. As you know, I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. I'm a Cavs fan, and they just fired Coach Black. Kind of upset about that. When I found out last night, I'm looking at the news, I was shocked. This goes to show you that when you're sitting in, and I use McDonald's as an example a lot. You're sitting at McDonald's and you might be flipping burgers or you might be doing the fries and you do something wrong, or you said, I want more money, I want more money, I want more money. You still keep your job. But when things go bad, the CEO, he gets fired. What's wrong with the NBA, realistically, and what's wrong with the way we operate is the operator can be doing things right. But if it's not correlated to the operatee, then the operator gets fired. A record of 30-11 and the man gets fired. Oh, he's not taking our team in the direction we want to go. Winning? And the excuse that was given was, we've had a fairly easy schedule. So what that suggests to me is that the operator above the operator said, we should be undefeated. You lose to the 2 best teams in the NBA. You got blown. And you say, you're not taking us in the direction. For somebody who just got his team back. This time last year, guys, was what? 20 and 22 or something like that. 30-something and 30-11 now. Even the best intentions, even the best work you put forward will not get you where you want to go in this world. We're all dispensable. As a matter of fact, before I finish, I wanted to get to that point. That's why I made the point about Black. Before I go to that point, I wanted to make one important... No, I wrote it down. Here we go. The only place where your job is truly secure is in your own business, where you know exactly what is going on at every moment. Because even your best work, You could wake up every single day. You could put your hardest work every day. Foot forward, you're a successful person and walk into the office, sit down, and you so excited to get ready to get going, and then all of a sudden your boss be like, hey, I gotta fire you. Ain't that crazy? Would you be pissed off? I'd be pissed off. That's the world we live in. You can give your all. You can produce numbers. You can take a crappy company and make it the best company in the world. And they'd be like, all right, well, thank you. But bye. Fire. Get out. What was the problem with the Cleveland Cavaliers and Coach Black? What was the issue with it? The issue was this. They hired Coach Black to take a shitty team. Sorry to say it. I'm from Cleveland, but I love the Cavs. A shitty team, because the Cavs were shitty when LeBron left. A shitty team. And make them playoff contenders. Because he was a good coach. That was his job. He was hired to do that. Take a crappy team of young players, individuals, mold them together, get them good, and grow with them. And then LeBron James decided to come back to Cleveland. Then Kevin Love came. And what they hired him for now went from being, we're hiring you for this reason here, right here, to now we need you to be here and do this. But we hired you here. We wanted you to do this. Grow. Remember I told you, hey, you can go and play the lottery all day. Do you have the mindset to go from where you are now to being a billionaire? Did Coach Black had a mindset to go from what he was hired for to all of a sudden being in charge of a team that's supposed to win the championship? Even the most skilled people are sometimes not thought in their mind, not ready for the biggest challenge. Just wanted to make sure I said that before. Say it one more time before I'm about to be wrapping it up here soon. The only place where your job is truly secure is in your own business, where you know exactly what's going on every moment. That's what the key is. Not because I know a lot of people will say, well, you can lose your business, but you know when it's happening. You're not going to work every day. You looking at the paperwork of your company every single day, knowing like I'm going down, I'm going down, I'm going down, and you plan for it. Think ahead. Let me hear them run through these. Number 3, I read to you number 3 yesterday. Ingredients are nothing without the recipe. Again, number 4. I'm sorry I said number 5 last time. Fall in love with the profit potential, not the product. Simple. UrbanFashionShop.com. I love to be able to go in here. Last night I was up at 5 o'clock in the morning picking out new clothes to put on the thing. Just going over fashion trends again like I did last night. And hey, I love the clothing, but I'm not in love with the clothing. I'm in love with the profit potential on those clothing. That's just the way the business is. It's just the way a business owner operates. Do what you do best and manage the rest. Hey, I'm learning numbers. I'm learning finance. I go to school for finance right now. My wife, she's perfect on numbers. That's why she handles the numbers, handles the finance. That's just what it is. Do what you do best. Autopilot, put into business or putting your life on cruise control. That pretty much means is if today I decided to go take a break, walk away, I'm going to take a break from the business. Can the business operate, or can it do what it needs to do without me being there? If not, then there's an issue, because that means that the business is me. The business is not itself in its own entity. No one is bigger than the game and what holds the goal. I might not understand that. No one is bigger than the game. I still have a boss. I want to clarify that for everybody watching. I still have a boss. I own it. I'm the owner. My boss is you. If you tell me you don't like something, I take it off. If you tell me you love something, I put it on. Period. You're my boss. I care about you. I care about the customer. Period. The customer is always right in the business. That motto has kind of gone away from a lot of companies. That motto stays with Urban Fashion Shop. Sexytoys.com, that's the motto. If somebody calls me and say, hey, Mr. Lumpkin, I got a product from you and I don't really like it, and I say, hey, well, what don't you like about the product? I don't like this, I don't like that. How much did it cost you? Oh, it cost me this. Okay, how about this? Check your bank account, I'll refund you the money. Keep the product. We want to earn your business. Just go ahead and keep it. I'll pay for it. You're my boss. You tell me what you like and you don't like, and then I make improvements on it. I go A, B, C, D, I failed at you. D, you're D, I failed at you. I can either say F you and try to continue to go by, or I can correct your problem issue and maybe have a customer for life. That's how business operates. That's how business runs. We talked about McDonald's. If I got onions on that burger, excuse me, I got onions on my burger. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I'll replace that. Know why? You know why that you don't get that? Because that person don't own that business, so that person don't care. That's what it is. Number 8. So what do you do for a living? It was hard for me to get into the sexy toys business, sex toy business. It was difficult for me to get past the stigma on how to talk about it and on how to let people know that I was in that type of industry. People would look at you crazy. Oh man, what are you doing? He's selling sex toys? Oh man, this dude crazy. How you gonna tell people what you do for a living? What you do for a living? I sell sex toys. Crazy, right? Yeah, it is fucking crazy. But you know what? I don't care about what people think about me. You know what I care about? I care about my family. I care about being a provider. And I came across a good business at a great price. And now I'm going to grow that business. It's a $15 billion industry. Let me just let something sink in your head. I'm a part of an industry that annually does $15 billion. Give me 1% of that 15 billion. Would you be in the business too? Just saying. Solve problems. That's what you need to be. You need to be in a business that solves problems. And I'm sorry, the sex industry sells. It solves problems for people. Number 9 is what's not perfect yet. What's not perfect about the business yet? We need to do a marketing plan, marketing analysis. Then you find out what's not perfect about the business. Then you make it perfect. You make it perfect. You do it. You. I'm always going to say you. That's what it's about. It's about you. You're the most important person to keep your business running. And then when you project those importance of yourself onto your customers or onto your audience or onto the people following you, they feel that they are now important in your life. They feel that they are now important to you, and then they help you grow bigger. And then you give back to them. Don't just be like, oh, okay, I'm rich now, so F them. No, you give back. You give back to your employees. Before I pay myself more money in my company, I want to pay my employees to produce a better product for me. The more money I make, the more money I can pay my employees. The happier my employees, the happier my customers. The happier my staff, the happier my customers. The happier my customers, the more money excuse me. The more money I make, the happier I am. The happier my family is. It's a trickle effect. It's a trickle down, it's a trickle up, trickle down, trickle up. It goes both ways. And what is it worth to you? What is it worth? What is it worth? Tell me what's it worth. Down below. If you watch and you make it to the end of this 34, 35 minutes and you hear me say, what is it worth to you? Please tell me, what is it worth to you? What is your success worth to you? Is it worth not going to the club anymore? Is it worth that? Is it worth not wasting your money on liquor? Is it worth that? Is it worth not splurging and not spending your money? What if I told you that you could become a business owner today for $50? Would you do it? Would you take the 50 and do it? Yeah, you might need money down low. What if I told you, take $500, put it to the side, and you can become a business owner today? And with that $500, you could grow a multi-million-dollar business on $500. Would you believe me? Or would you be like, oh, he just talking shit? I'm living proof that capital is not necessary to buy a business all the time. Knowledge is. Knowledge is the most important thing you need in any business. And without knowledge, you can have all. I can give you $1 million and you can buy a business and it might fail because you don't know what the hell you're doing. I'm gonna submit this video, and under the link, I'm gonna put some things. Hey, we all got stress in our lives. I got a website, Stress Free Days. It's let's see, Stress Free Days with a Z, DAYZ.com. Check it out. It's got a book on there. Read some things. If you're having a bundle of joy, I always tell you, having kids, soon to be a mom.com. Very useful information. Some very useful tips on being pregnant. I know women. I've never been pregnant, but my wife has, and I can tell you, men go through it, but you women are strong, very strong. because that ain't no joke right there. That's something serious. You need some clothes? You want to be remembered? We talked about that. UrbanFashionShop.com. That's our motto. Again, I'm out all night long looking for the best fashion from around the world to give to my customers so they can dress to impress and be remembered. You might have a family member going through breast cancer right now. You might have somebody who just needs some information about it. BreastCancerVictories.com. Please check us out. Please look at preventative tip, diagnosis tips. Really, really, really good information there for you. And again, we already had this conversation. SexyToys.com. Very discreet. You know, I'm not going to send you a box with a dildo on the side of it to let your neighbors know you and your wife getting freaky, you and your girlfriend getting freaky with each other. No, it's very discreet shipping. Very wonderful, very good prices. You see something on there you don't understand, hey, talk to me down below. Email us, sexytoys, that's with a Z2, at gmail.com, urbanfashionshop16 at gmail.com, hope at breastcancervictories.com, faith at breastcancervictories.com. You guys enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Go Cavs tonight against the Bulls. If you're a Bull fan, I'm sorry. No. Let's see what Lou do. And y'all have a good day. Thanks for listening.